Hello, hello, hello. This is Tondo from Tondo's Parlor, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be on depression. I wanted to read out something that I wrote about my experience with depression in the hopes that someone might find it useful, relatable, interesting. I guess we'll find out. I've got what I've written slightly to the right of me. So if my eyes are going there, that's what I'm doing, is I'm reading. So just bear with me, okay? Melancholy is my oldest friend. She's always followed me, seeking to infect me when I least expect it. She seeks only to tether me for as long as I will allow. She's a deadly mistress, and I, seduced by her wiles. She knows things about me, things too complicated to explain. She knows that I exist as a soul uncomfortable in the human body. Human existence bores me. I am impatient to learn the lessons needed to ascend and transcend. I exist somewhere between the physical realms and the higher realms, carrying the weight of the ancestral line that bore me. Through me, there is hope that is living. I began in the world as a soft, delicate petal. As such, my younger years were characterized by tears welled in my eyes. So sensitive was I that life made it its mission to rouse strength through the cold, hard knocks of life. You could look into my eyes and see the sadness if you dared, my throat chakra underdeveloped. I recall so many adults in my early years being impatient with my sensibilities. The times I would be forced to eat until I expelled the contents back into the plate. The times my tears were silenced by violence. The ways in which my weight was subject for commentary and scrutiny from before I could take myself to school. The world around me felt like it repelled me at every turn. I frustrated my guardians, choosing to be constantly on the run, with them chasing me, metaphorical, belt in hand. Even back then, I felt the wrongness on me, wore it like an invisible cloak, feeling like I did not belong in my family, let alone the world. I was so confused by the anger I incited, born obstinate with wisdom beyond my years. Childhood maladaptive daydreaming had me constantly awaiting rescue from the invisible, mystical forces I felt in my life, always somewhere, anywhere, and everywhere, in me, enveloping me simultaneously. Melancholy and daydreams, the themes of my nostalgia. For me, it feels like sadness was a seed alongside me in the womb. For as long as I took that first breath of life, the seed began to grow, as I did, being fed and watered by the rejection that littered my existence. Sadness hit me like a truck in my adolescence. The raging hormones, the chaos that was my life, the bullying and scrutiny that one faces at such a tender age. Male authoritarians, male family members were the enemy that stoked the flames of my depression, trying to control me, impose upon me their wants and needs. I felt hopeless, trapped and scared, alone. My mother wound was raw and exposed. At 14, memories long buried barged into my consciousness, causing another spiral. Melancholy was ever present, even in the cheery laughs with friends at school. Melancholy was ever present with my impeccable attendance. Melancholy was there for me, always. In adulthood, melancholy still follows me. Yet now we are well acquainted as old friends. Now I manage her with care, compassion, and love. Now I water her, hug her, and love her into peace. Sometimes I acknowledge that melancholy comes to me to protect me from others, keep me inside, bring me back to self, back to introspection. Melancholy, my bittersweet love. I think I'm a better communicator when I write than when I speak. And I have always struggled with depression. I only named my anxiety probably around the age of 21 because I always thought anxiety was outside of me. It was something other people experienced, but not me. It's not that I didn't, it's just that I didn't have the words. I never had anyone validate these things growing up. And it wasn't until a doctor told me after nearly 12 months of really bad IBS that there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing physically wrong with me. There was nothing medically wrong with me. We'd done all the tests. I'd changed my lifestyle, changed my diet. I was exercising. And she turned to me and she said, "There's nothing wrong with you. I think you're just stressed. And you're stressed and depressed." And it was from that little seed that I started looking in, wondered what else my brain was hiding or compensating for that I was just shoving and shoveling down deep, hoping to. The way I saw it was the more adult thing to do, to just keep pushing no matter what, because that's what everyone has to do, right? That's what being an adult is all about. But no, the the answers have come to me now. The reason that I respond better now to my depression is because I understand it. I've dealt with it for so long. I know it comes more often than I wish it does. But now that I know how much my external circumstances can affect my mental health, I have better boundaries with people. I lean into it when I feel the depression. I may not like crying in front of people, and so if I was crying in front of you, I'd probably be apologizing after myself, which is a habit I need to get out of. Nevertheless, when I am alone, I lean into the depression. I let myself cry. I let myself say the bad thing. I talk it out with my best friend because I trust her as much as I trust myself. And I know that when I'm in an argumentative, depressive mood, she will counter my thoughts with logic, optimism, examples of my wins. And she knows that I will always argue because I need it. I need to argue to get over it. I need to fight all her logical thoughts, all her optimism, in order to just get myself to say all the things that are already existing inside. Having a good community is so underrated for your mental health. Having good boundaries, whatever that looks like for you. Don't let other people shame you if you're the kind of person that likes to block people. What's for you is for you. What's for them is for them. If blocking people is what brings you peace, then that's what you need to do. Seeking therapy is something that I have done, something that I will continue to do. Though personally, I do think talk therapy and me have seen our last days. I would like next to try somatic therapy, music therapy, art therapy. I have a note in my phone where I've already looked up all the places that I could go to in my city that I was most interested in, their prices, because I'm basically an earth sign in disguise beneath, this air sign casing. And so I like to plan. But I do want to encourage people, even as a spiritualist, to engage in therapy. Because not everyone is capable of doing the level of shadow work that I have done, that other people have done. Not everyone's capable of getting there themselves. Whether you're being directed by a therapist, a really good friend, a spiritualist, shadow work is the backbone of everything that helps you understand your feelings and transmute negative emotions and situations into positive ones. I felt really called to do this because I thought that reading my words would affect someone in a positive way. I may suffer from depression, even though it's not clinically diagnosed, but I know I do. I may suffer from anxiety, something that I manage with medication. But I am more than these things. I am also, would you believe it, an optimist. I am also really driven. I also really believe in the fact that I was born for a reason. And I believe, if anything, that I am only coming into my purpose now, my purpose for being born. I feel now that I have made myself more public and available for people to access, that I am doing what I was meant to do. As a Libra sun, the Libra North Node in the 12th house. Might mean nothing to you if you're not interested, but that's fine. Just ignore that part. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like some more, follow me on whatever platform you're watching this on. Please interact. Tell me about your history with depression, how you care for yourself now, and everything that you would say to your younger self about those early, confusing days of depression. See you in the next one. Bye.